pressing play from Kilmarnock pays off again. They pushed players forward there and still trying to carve out an opening here. In by MacPherson. Murray lets it run. That's for Jury. Montgomery goes in behind him and Jury reacts angrily. Well, Montgomery is a totally uncompromising character at the back for Kilmarnock. Now, Gordon Jury here reacted very angrily. He's the player injured.
It's a typical challenge from behind, and if we look at it here as it get up, I think Gordon Jury just has a little nick at him. But certainly Montgomery can have no complaints about the booking. But and I think it's maybe understandable sometimes that a forward player has a little touch himself.
Well, referee Mottram administered a second booking. Tommy Burns clearly thought that the Jury may have been involved with the referee also. With a little reaction there. MacPherson with a free kick. It reaches Mikhailchenko. Reilly back defending. Cole sends it back for Mikhailchenko. A worrying moment there for Kilmarnock. Bobby Geddes having to protect that near post. It's pulled back brilliantly by McCall. Mikhailchenko's weaker foot, fortunately for Kilmarnock.
It's his first real chance we've seen in the game, and it falls to Mikhailchenko's wrong foot, but I still think from that distance he should be thinking about hitting the target, and definitely a chance missed.
Here's Jury. Very strong in possession, Jury. And fully 30 yards out, we tried that effort.
He works hard to get himself in position here, uses his body well, gets himself in position to strike, and it's a good shot just to remind Kilmarnock that he's there. But certainly, the way Kilmarnock are pressing Rangers in midfield, they're not allowing them to get good service up to the front too. I mean, at the minute, they're quite comfortable at the back.
Well, we have at this stage seen very little of international players like Ian Ferguson and Stuart McCall in the centre of midfield. They've been so closely policed in that area by Reilly and McSkimming. Brought down by McSkimming, he'll be booked, I think. David Robertson was in full cry, and if you can lip read, I think you may see McSkimming suggesting this is his first foul of the match. Certainly was late.
He certainly takes David Robertson down, and again, I don't really think they can have any cause for complaint. It's frustrating at times when you see, or for a manager, when you see your players being booked, but I think that one was understandable.
There goes Brown. A fine save from Geddes. Well, John Brown hit that extremely well.
It's a tremendous free kick, beautifully struck shot, and the goalkeeper very alert, pulls off a good save. But it just gives indication of John Brown's shooting power.
And remarkably, it's the first corner kick for Rangers of the match. Half an hour gone. And some activity there at the edge of the box. A free kick's been given. What a great save it was by Bobby Geddes a moment ago, but he may have some more work to do now. He beat that away. It was going into the top corner. The referee not happy about Brown's delay. There's Jury. He made it look easy, Bobby Geddes. He must have seen it very late indeed. Applauded rightly by the Kilmarnock supporters.
Yes, Bobby Geddes has been very confident, and he never looks in any danger of doing anything wrong with that. Nicely struck shot, but straight at the goalkeeper and dealt with very competently.
Well, Mark Hateley identified always as a major threat in attack for any side playing Rangers, but Kilmarnock really have done well against him, Billy.
Well, it's obviously set the store out to provide them with as few opportunities as possible, and they're so competitive midfield that Rangers haven't really had the type of football that's going to open up defences. They haven't got round the back to any great extent.
An angry exchange there, Reilly and McCall together. Well, reprisals were sought there by Reilly after he thought he was fouled earlier by McCall. And referee Mottram is having to take some action again. Well, you can see the red mist almost in the eyes of Reilly, even from here, after there was no free kick given for the first challenge by McCall. So Reilly seeking redress. Launched into a tackle which produced a very angry exchange from McCall. So 5 bookings we've had so far in the match. MacPherson winning the battle with Williamson. Here's Tom Brown. He has Mitchell ahead. In a hurry with a shot. MacPherson. Well, Gus MacPherson doesn't score too many, but they tend to be spectacular when they go in.
Yeah, it's just an indication of the support that the Kilmarnock players are giving each other. This system that they're playing demands that support, and they're certainly getting it. And both Gus MacPherson and Black have been very adventurous, and here we see them not afraid to have a go. It's certainly not going to trouble the goalkeeper, nevertheless just letting Rangers know there's still a threat.
So we've had 2 minutes of injury time, that's all there's going to be. Referee Mottram sends the teams away, and it's all even, thanks principally to Bobby Geddes, who made that magnificent save from John Brown's free kick, which is going right into the top corner until the Kilmarnock keeper made that superb save. But Kilmarnock generally have performed heroically. Ali Maxwell's had some work to do. He's showing the effects of war there in his face, but he has also performed well in goal for Rangers. It's very evenly poised. Kilmarnock have performed extremely well. At half-time, it's Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 0. A great welcome for both sides, perhaps for Kilmarnock in particular for the second half of this 10th Scottish Cup semi-final. And certainly Kilmarnock have made this a genuine contest, and they must be, considering they've got some hopes of victory here after the first half performance. They've had the capacity to show great belief in their own ability in the first half, and if they can maintain that, they'll be a threat to Rangers. Neil Murray again linking with MacPherson. 10 minutes into the second half as Hateley tries the quick turn. Well, that's an example perhaps of the kind of frustration being felt by Rangers. Hateley being very ambitious indeed with that hook shot.
Yeah, it's typical of the discipline that we've seen from Kilmarnock. They've all stuck to their task, they've all done their job very well. And at the minute, Rangers look as though they lack that little bit of quality to break down this defence.
So, Duncan Ferguson preparing to join the action. Still to score in Rangers colours in the first team. So here's John Brown. Interesting to see who Rangers withdraw from the activities down below. It may well be Mikhailchenko who's going off. Sidestep neatly there by Mitchell. Brown tackled from the back by Goff. Well, Tom Brown didn't relish that too much. And Tommy Bonds on the track there, angry about that tackle. He's going to be spoken to by Les Mottram. Well, I think he's very angry indeed there, because Ray Montgomery was booked in the first half for a tackle like that on Jury, and Goff goes unpunished for that one on Tom Brown. I think that's the thrust of the Bonds argument.
Well, here we see the challenge. I think the referee maybe was just a bit lenient with Richard Goff here, but this is where managers get upset, because there's no consistency at times in it. While you can understand Thomas' frustrations, it's better maybe just to keep them under his own hat.
It is Alexei Mikhailchenko, who's had a very quiet match. The game really has passed him by largely. It's been too hectic for his type of skills. And Duncan Ferguson is given the chance to try to win this semi-final for Rangers. Skimming finds Williamson. A heavy touch on that pass. retrieved here by Mlln. McSkimming's made a great run in behind the Rangers defence. Needs support in the middle. And Maxwell parrying that. McSkimming obeying the golden rule to play it across the front of the goalkeeper.
Well, that's Mark McSkimming, Sean McSkimming in a more natural position, breaking in that left-hand side. Brought a save out of Alan Maxwell, but not really enough lot of danger in the shot.
Here's Mark Reilly with the in-swinger. The call able to clear. Certainly that caused some concern in the Rangers defence, that corner. Maxwell came for it without being able to get a clean punch in the ball. Montgomery back to Mlln. MacPherson's header, kept in there by Murray. Duncan Ferguson has gone wandering over to the right. He's brought down by Mlln.
Here we see Sean McSkimming again. He's not going to beat, I don't think he's going to beat Alan Maxwell there. Just a little bit late and going for it.
Well, here's Neil Murray now with his free kick. He has a real target here in the form of Hateley. Ferguson. And Kilmarnock survive that aerial attack. Tom Brown goes down and the ball breaks off Neil Murray. Alan McInally there, warming up the prospect of a late involvement in the play. Skimming forward, here's Brown in space. Williamson hanging back for the pass. And reaches Mitchell. A clear goal-scoring opportunity there for Mitchell, he knows that. A good save made by Maxwell. But Rangers have opened up.
It's astonishingly slack defending by Rangers. They seem too relaxed there, and this is a real chance, possibly the best chance we've seen in the match.
Tom Brown again involved, showing the presence of mind to pick out Mitchell there. Here's Mitchell. Back to MacPherson. It's a good cross. And Neil Murray turning it away for the corner. Certainly couldn't be criticised for that. He wouldn't be entirely sure of his bearings.
Kilmarnock are starting to make one or two openings here, and I think Neil Murray, understandable at this stage in the game, doesn't want to give anything away, doesn't know what's behind him, and calmly puts away for a corner.
And to Tommy Byrne's credit, he's waving players forward in support of this attack. Short corner, here's Brown. A great ball in! Needed a touch there, Reilly driving out across the face of goal. A foul there surely by Duncan Ferguson. Well, I can't think what he's arguing about, but the linesman indicating instantly that was a free kick. Harry Mitchell the victim, and Duncan Ferguson will be booked. Well, it's his first foul of the match. It was clearly a foul, but referee Mottram is determined to stamp out any further indiscretions.
I think he must be having his name taken as much for the dissent as against the foul, because I think that's what upset the referee.
Here with a chance though for Kilmarnock. This is driven in brilliantly by Reilly. Just need a touch from friend or foe. And then the foul followed as Mitchell tried to hold it up and was taken in the rear by Ferguson. Should be a defender's ball. Tom Brown trying to make it difficult for Goff. Black there, battling with Jury. Well, a very expensive front line indeed. Jury, McCoist, Hateley, Ferguson. Rangers too determined to try to win this at the first attempt. Here's Williamson though with a shot. Held well by Maxwell. Kilmarnock full of adventure.
Well, they certainly are. Here we see a shot from outside the box once again. Alan Maxwell tested. He's been the busier of the two goalkeepers. Again, it's a well-struck shot. That one did cause him a fair bit of trouble.
Brown lofting it in. There's Hateley. There's McCoist. kind of goal he's likely to score.
Well, here we see Matt Haley knows that Ali McCoy's run off him, lays it down. A little bit disappointed, didn't do better with that one, but that's the kind of chance that he normally snaps up. Here we see it again, and he's got himself in the perfect position for it, but doesn't quite strike the ball properly.
Here's McSkimming. Too close to the keeper. An easy one for Maxwell. Here's Haley. Paterson has gone down, and it's well held by Geddes, but Paterson's in trouble again with that right ankle. Complaining to the referee, he may have been pushed, but he's certainly in a lot of pain, Paterson.
It's a typical run across the centre half by Matt Haley. Took a chance here, but might well have been better holding up a bit. Look to see if he got some support.
Off goes Haley again. Here's Andy Mlln. Mlln turning it back there to Geddes. And he turns that out for a throw. Rangers want to take quickly, they won't want this to go to replay. Tom Black doing well, holding off Jury. Here's Williamson. Chase for McInally. John Brown sends it back. Here's Reilly. Back it goes to Bobby Geddes. Both sides anxious to end this at the first attempt. I wonder if Tommy Burns believes he can get such a good performance so soon from his team if they have to come back on Wednesday. He'd prefer, I think, to win it tonight or this afternoon. Here's Andy Mlln, the man of the match, named by tenants, the sponsors, as the man of the match, and very difficult to argue with that. He really has been a tower of strength in that Kilmarnock defence. So we're now into time added on for stoppages in the second half. There hasn't been so much of that. Free kick's been given, but a push by Paterson to the back of Haley. Could be the last chance for a winning goal. Kilmarnock all back, facing the ball this time. Robertson pumps the ball forward. Up goes Tom Black. Swept away by Black again, and Ian Ferguson brings the attack to an end with that slice shot. Walter Smith there with David Oz and Archie Knox on the track, facing the prospect of coming back on Wednesday night to try to earn a place in the final. Ian Ferguson having a very tough afternoon against Sean McSkimming in the midfield. The final whistle. It's a replay on Wednesday night, and all the credit goes to Kilmarnock. A truly outstanding performance right from the start. They set their stall to compete with Rangers in every department. They did so superbly. Sean McSkimming was a hero in midfield. Andy Mlln, the defence, named the man of the match, and justifiably so. But Kilmarnock had 13 heroes in all. Rangers were forced to work extremely hard. In fact, on reflection, perhaps the better chances falling over the piece to Kilmarnock, but they have to summon up their reserves of energy to come back and do it all again in midweek. The captain, Ray Montgomery, was a hero. They've all earned enormous praise for this performance, and their cup hopes remain alive. Rightly saluted there by the Kilmarnock supporters. The Rangers fans, on the other hand, much less enthusiastic. And down on the track, Tommy Burns is talking to Chigga.
Tommy, no victory, but you must be a very, very proud man.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed actually, Chick, because I felt we actually deserved to win the game. I thought the players were absolutely magnificent. Their attitude was spot on from the word go. Just very, very proud to be associated with players like that, supporters like these behind me.
Andy Mlln, the man of the match. You didn't have a failure, did you?
No, I didn't think we did, Chick. Actually, we were putting the substitutes on. We didn't know who to take off, to be honest, because every one of them would run themselves into the ground. We've got to go and prepare again, and hopefully we can get the right result the next time.
They did run themselves into the ground. You've got to lift it for Wednesday.
We'll lift them for Wednesday, all right, Chick. We'll lift them for Wednesday. There's no problem with that. These are the games they love, and I'm sure they've got a taste of it, and they'll see this is what big time football is all about, and this is what we want to be.
Tommy, well done. Congratulations.
Solid, Chick.
Walter, you warned that we should give Kilmarnock every respect, and you certainly your warning was justified.
Yeah, well, I think they made their reputations for themselves on the back of what you saw today. They worked very hard to close you down. We never really at any stage of the game overcame that, and it turned out to be, you know, a rather scrappy game from a Rangers point of view.
Did you worry at any stage it was going to be a lot worse than a draw?
Well, I think in any cup game, you know, when you're sitting at nothing each, you're always worried that somebody's going to pop up somewhere and get a goal. You always hope it's your own team, certainly, but you know, as I say, the game in itself was scrappy. There wasn't a great deal of chances created by either team.
Replaying Wednesday, you have to lift the game again.
We'll have to pick it up. You know, again, it'll be a similar type of match. Kilmarnock are a team you have to overcome. We'll have to work a bit harder than we did today in that respect. So hopefully we can do that.
Did you feel the players were complacent any time today?
No, I don't think they were complacent. I thought it was a very difficult match for any team to play any kind of football in. There was never any great flowing moves. There was never any chances created by that. So, you know, I think we both have to work at that aspect of it.
Thank you.
So both semi-finals go to replays, and Terry, you'd have to say that Kilmarnock played the game they wanted to and didn't allow Rangers to play their game.
No, I think Tommy Burns did his homework very well. He set out his game plan and it worked perfectly. Rangers had to change their tactics several times in an effort to try and break down a very resolute Kilmarnock defence. And you know, Craig Paterson and Andy Mlln at the back were, you know, outstanding. And I think it was Ray Montgomery as well who marked Gordon Durie. I mean, Gordon Durie ended up on the right wing. He was left wing. He was all over the place. Duncan Ferguson was on the left wing as well, which is probably the biggest left winger in the world, the most expensive left winger in the world. But Rangers did try to change things round in the second half, but all the best chances, well, there weren't that many, but the best chances did fall to Kilmarnock.
They did in the second half, as we'll see in a moment. The first half, though, John Brown came very close to breaking the deadlock, and a wonderfully well-struck free kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a way out. He's got a very strong left foot, as we can see. Hits the target well. I don't think the keeper can really see too much here, but he does get two good hands on the ball and make sure that it goes for a corner. It wasn't a really difficult height for him, but it was on target, and he made sure that, you know, he did go for the corner. So.
Yes. In fact, Bobby Geddes won the sponsor's clean sheet award, 325 minutes without conceding a goal, and £1,000 for Bobby. Well deserved. Different story in the second half. I think, as was pointed out, Kilmarnock had the better chances and could have won the game.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Rangers' frustration was getting on top of them quite a bit. The Rangers are pushing up. It's a good ball through.
This is Sean McSkimming down the left.
Hits it very well,
side,
yes, hits it very well. I mean, Richard Goff was just caught out there. Everybody's pushing forward from Rangers. One ball through. I think Richard would have caught him here, but he does it well. Takes it into the box, hits it across the goalkeeper, hits it across the goal. Unfortunately for Kilmarnock, there's no one there really backing it up. He hits it very early.
In fact,
Ali Maxwell does well to push it wide, to be honest.
There was quite a bit of trouble coming down that Kilmarnock left-hand side in the second half, wasn't there? We saw quite a few instances of Rangers being caught out down that flank.
Well, Rangers were caught out because they tried to change things around. I mean, in the end, they had 4 midfield players, then it went down to 3, then it went down to 2, when they were pushing 3 and 4 men up front. And poor Ian Ferguson and McCall had quite a bit of work to do in the midfield, so they were caught quite stretched. And you know, Rangers trying to take the game to Kilmarnock left themselves open at the back, and these things do happen, unfortunately.
It's a strange thing, because there you're a team that cost however many millions to assemble in Rangers against a side for whom I think only one player actually cost a transfer fee, and yet if you're organised and you're fit and you're committed, you can actually stop a team with better players from winning games.
Very, very true. I mean, when it comes to one-off games like this, I mean, if you're prepared to battle and work hard, you have a game plan, which I'm sure he's talked about at Seymour with his players, Tommy Burns. You know, big Craig Paterson came in and did exceptionally well against Mark Haley. But their game plan worked very well, and if you're going to stifle players, no matter how much they cost, you know, if you don't give them time on the ball, and the fact that it wasn't so much at the back as well. I mean, Kilmarnock pushed men forward onto the Rangers. I think it was Dave MacPherson at right back and obviously Robertson at left back. Didn't give them any chance to hit quality balls forward, so stopped Rangers, you know, attacks from the back, and it made it quite a bit, you know, easy for the men at the back to, you know, compete with Mark Haley, compete with Gordon Durie, and make sure Rangers never got anything going. I mean, then Rangers really struggled to get passes together. I mean, Trevor Stephen, if he's fit for the replay, you know, could have a major bearing on it.
That's right. The old heads on the Kilmarnock side did extremely well. The 2 subs come on, both highly experienced players. Bobby Williamson, who we'll see here having a very good crack at goal late on. And experience counts for an awful lot in games like this, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I mean, Bobby was up front by himself for the majority of the game. You know, led the line very well, very experienced player, hits the ball well here. I think Ali Maxwell gets 2 good hands on it, stops it from actually going over for a corner. I don't think it probably would have gone in goal, but he just made sure it wasn't going to be over the line, but he did very well. And You know, Bobby Williamson, you know, players like this with the experience, you know, can help the younger players in the Kilmarnock side, and it was a great team performance.
And yet, having said that, Kilmarnock take the credits today. The normal wisdom is that you only really get one chance as the outsiders, and that the big team, the favourites, will come through in the replay.
Well,
Is that going to happen here?
I hope so. I'm obviously slightly biased, but it happened in '89 when we played St Johnstone at Parkhead, and we drew 0-0 in a very similar scrappy game, and then Rangers went on to win 4-0 in the replay. I hope that's the case, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if Tommy Burns sticks to that same game plan. If Trevor Stevens fit, obviously it gives Walter Smith great alternatives. I think Trevor Stevens was sorely missed today. We need somebody with a bit of spark in the middle, you know, especially to try and, you know, get a few passes together and try to, you know, open up that Kilmarnock defence. But if they're as resolute as they were, Kilmarnock, and if they can, you know, believe in themselves as they obviously did, it could be very tough for Rangers again.
Yeah, there we are then. So food for thought for Rangers, certainly, ahead of Wednesday night's replay, that match again at Hampden. Well, 2 weeks ago, man, at both Hampden and Wembley this afternoon, replays to look forward to. We're back on Tuesday night with Dundee United against Aberdeen from Hampden, that's at 10:35. And then on Wednesday night, a special sports scene which will include the Kilmarnock Rangers and indeed Manchester United Oldham replays. Hope you've enjoyed the football this afternoon. From Terry and from me, goodbye for now.